That don't seem. Uh-oh. I'll be just that kind of. Oh wait. Oh, it needs to be. Oh, I am fucking sorry. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to edit filters. Oh no. Turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, and turn that off. I just realised that I was... my filters weren't working. Maybe turn that down a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. That might work. I don't know. Yeah, so what's going on, Vince? Am I audible to you? I'm just wondering. I really should cut this out of. I'll probably cut this out in post. So I thought I'd do a live video. I have turned mic up. Really? Okay. I'll turn it up all the way to the max at the moment, but I will be using. I'll be probably doing a live stream tomorrow where I'm proper fucking around with everything because I have got a new mic and a new interface. I bought myself a Behringer UMC22 interface with a Elgato Wave DX XLR microphone. So I have noticed like really good quality with the audio, but I want to know how it peaks and dips and all that lot. But yeah, but anyway, enough of that. So I'm gonna watch the Necropolis official trailer. I have seen the trailer to the 2 microtransactions, which I will show you guys. But yeah, I've kept away from this all day. It's been hard, but we're here. Let's go.
Cold flesh, dirt, maggots, and ghosts. Our job is to keep them where they belong. It's your first night, so you'll need this. A ghostly lantern for ghastly tinkering.
Okay, so we're getting some sort of... That looks like one part of the map towards Act 10, I believe. So you usually go through there to get to the square. But I don't know. Lantern of Aramor. Gain 50% of physical damage as extra fire damage. Gain 45% physical damage as extra lightning damage. Damage penetrates lightning and 30% attack and cast speed. So these look like they buff you. So the lantern looks as if it buffs you. So we might be able to get more armor and stuff and resistances out of this. But I honestly couldn't tell you. Wait, what's this? So it tells you that I think that this might be like the amount. So in order to get that, do you have to kill 3 to 8 of Cadaver's Zealots, which are a monster found usually in Act 10. Pack density high, corrupted humanoids. Is that what you get, or is that what's afflicted by that modifier? I don't know. Honestly, I'm just surmising this. This is I've never done this before. Right, so they're
time to peer into the souls of the dead. You'll learn how to twist them.
Right, so I'm gonna let this play through and then I'm gonna go back. I think that's the best way to do this. So I'll just I'll undo myself and I'll just play it.
Meet me in the necropolis. You can pilfer shiny things from a corpse, but you can pilfer glorious things from a soul. I need a gravedigger. The job's hard, but the pay's good. What do you say?
So I was lucky enough to be able to fly.
Look, dude, I don't want to listen to what you've got to say. All right. Okay, so interesting. Very interesting. So, what do I say to this? Okay, so we'll go through with what I saw and what I commentated up to. So we commentated up to this and got to this. So I'm just gonna go down with the volume. So we got. So this definitely looks like these are stuff to do with what you can get for this Lantern of Aramor, which does point towards the fact that it may be like a new thing for us to hold, for us to kind of have as modifiers, which, you know, I think that's going to make a lot of overpowered builds. Like last season, we saw a lot of overpowered builds. Divines were going through the roof. The economy was like massive. There was so much the economy was just absolutely overinflated. There was too much drop, and I think that they're probably going to keep to that kind of idea this season, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think they're going to tailor the idea of, rather than getting loot and rather than getting swole gear, I think they're going to be more tailoring it towards this kind of new lantern that you get. So it looks like you get 6 modifiers to it, with each modifier, with like whenever you get into this lantern or whatever. I assume it might be something like Delve, where you have one chance at it, and if you don't get it within that chance, then you're screwed. And the side area just closes. I'm not 100% sure. I can only see that as being like the easy idea on how to do it, kind of like a Val area, but the Val area kind of like allows you for unlimited times within a map. So if you die in a Val area, it doesn't actually take a portal outside of your map on the hideout. But I do think that it might come across with something like that. Honestly, I don't know. I think it might be a side area which isn't available all the time, which is usually the case with all of the stuff that you get in season updates. But I'm interested. I'm definitely interested in this.
You'll learn how.
So again, all Flame Ember of the Abyss. Now this sort of stuff does look like you can add more stuff into the map, where you can possibly add it into like the lantern, maybe for like additional mods and stuff. So you've got like pack monsters can drop abyssal gems. Again, I don't know any of this. Like I've been out of the loop with Path of Exile for nearly 2 months now. Like I have been playing hardcore Baldur's Gate 3. That is what I've been playing hardcore, and I've been waiting for this to come on, this new season. So I am looking forward to it. I will be doing a load of streaming of it. We'll be streaming from League launch. I've got nothing to do for next weekend officially. I don't think we've got any. No, we've got no race next weekend, so even better. But you know, we'll see how that goes.
How to twist them.
So the actual. So it looks like these oils can be added to the monsters within the pack. So, for example, this was a tasing, miscreation, sporadic demons, casting lightning, warp, and lightning surge, and then turned into assorted abyss demons because of the abyss jewels. So it looks like you can change the monsters via like this kind of like juicing method, kind of like a Orbit Chance, but we shall see about that.
Meet me in the necropolis.
See, I'm not 100% sure about this with what's going on here. Maybe this is like a reward after you fill all 6 slots, and it turns into 6 modifiers on a particular drop. Because it does look as if you have these that you can bury, so these like souls. Maybe you get a soul. Maybe you get a soul after you complete each of these like quote unquote side parts. I don't know. But I will be interested in seeing this.
From a corpse.
So you get 6 there, and then you can craft it. So it's a craft of whatever you use. So whether you use maybe you use your own white items, like for example for this, a load of speed modifiers, dexterity requirement, all these speed modifiers, there's 4 speed modifiers, would look towards boots, which I do believe that is what they actually make.
But you can.
So you can go armor, boots, yeah. So they were crafting boots. So it looks like a new way of crafting in the game. Which again, look, I mean, you've got like all of the stuff that they're adding. So 150 to the speed modifier plus 300% increased chance of speed modifiers. Looks very interesting. So a new way of doing crafting with more guaranteed results. So there'll be less need to kind of emphasis on possibly essence crafting, which used to be my main way of making money at the beginning of the leagues. But again, you can't. There's only so much you can tell by a trailer, and I'm only going to go by the trailer and the little bits that I can see. I'll probably go an in-depth review at one point, but we shall see about that.
Glorious soul.
I kind of like going into these seasons as quite blind as I can to kind of understand the mechanic myself. I think the last mechanic that I really enjoyed was, I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember. It was something Tea of the Ancients. Trials of the Ancients. Honestly, that was amazing league. I loved it. Probably the best league that I've ever experienced during my time off playing Path of Exile. I played it for nearly 12 years now. I was a beta tester for it like a long time ago. It was crazy. I've got like really old beta footage on my old channel, which I probably ought to upload onto it and do like a Path of Exile documentary. I don't know.
I need a grave digger.
So this was where it started to go through changes of which is going to happen with the league, and I can't believe some of these changes. So tier 17 maps. We've been having tier 16 for a long ass time as being the top tier for maps before you go into like Maven and endgame bosses. So now that they've added a new tier of maps, I'd love to see how difficult they are in comparison to like Uber Elder and Uber Maven. We shall see. We shall see how that goes about. But I am looking forward to the power spike, the difficulty spike. this is something that I've been wanting for fucking ages, and thank you. I don't go on Reddit and I don't complain about the game. I don't. But finally we're going to get multiple Atlas trees. I go through multiple characters in a league. I go for about 10 characters in a league, and for me to have to go from my main character's Atlas tree to then go to another one, which I want to then do for solely, like, I don't know, Delve or something, I can't do it. I have to respec all of the passive tree in order for me to go from, say, Delve to doing Heist and then to Essence farming. I need to respec every single time. So now that we're going to have this chance to change the Atlas skill tree, I'm looking forward to that. And that is probably my favourite part about this patch, is that we can now go to having different content available to us at a better rate than what it was beforehand, where you had to respec everything, and respecing was quite expensive. Like, I mean, a orb of I can't remember what they're called. The orb of can't remember. It was some refunding orb to get the Atlas points back. They were like 2 chaos each, and I know that's not a lot, but in early leagues, like 2 chaos is quite a bit. And I mean, you can get it back quite easily if you was to spec into Essence farming very early on, which most people do. But now that you can add different Atlas trees, it means that you can tame it and make it to each character's what they're being made for. Like, I make a Delver. I love Delve. I make an Essence farmer, obviously because of early game, and I make a Heister quite often. So they're going to be like the 3 things that I can focus on. I don't really like endgame bossing. I really don't. I did it last season, and I wasn't amazingly, I wasn't too blown back by it. I can't remember what this is called. I call it Plant Thing. But the Plant Thing that wasn't Harvest, Blight, that was it, Blight. I really enjoyed that from what little time I played of that this season. So that might be something that I might spec into at some point. But yeah. Scarab overhaul. Again, something that I don't really go into, but I've heard that there's new Scarabs that's going to be available in the game. I can guarantee that that's going to be moneymaker for everybody that specs into Scarab farming and specs into Abyss. The amount of people that will want to try this new stuff is insane. I'm not 100% sure what penultimate bosses are, so I'm just going to... The quality of life features, obviously, I can't check, but I've seen some of them, which I like, that you can obviously spec into more. Certain things have been changed to make it easier for people to kind of go on with the game. So, for example, Divines and stuff. Divines have now gone up to like 20 as max stack rather than 10. More transfigured gems. They introduced these last season, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of the stuff that people come out with. I found one build that was really good. It was called Ray Spectre of something, and they absolutely dominated. It was featured on Path of Exile's channel. Pretty interesting stuff. But I doubt that I'm going to play it unless there's a new skeleton gem, which is what I'm going to be specking into, most likely. Skeleton or some sort of Zoomancer, maybe zombies, I'm not 100% sure yet. But it's going to be a minion build. I've got the thumbnail already. Thumbnail, which I've changed. Just 1 second. There you go. Thumbnail. I know, amazing.
The job's hard, but the pay's good.
Necropolis. Right, now that we've watched that, I am going to go on to the bit that I have watched. I haven't watched any of this, the range of teasers and stuff. Might be something else I might watch another day, but I am looking forward to Path of Exile 2. I'm just hoping that they do allow for my microtransactions to go through onto the next game. So, where is... Right, the support packs. So, let's just introduce you all to this monstrosities.
The Solar series of supporter packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. The Cosmos weapon effect adorns your weapon with stars. Hitting enemies causes cosmic energy to spill out into the area around them. The Radiant Orb of Chance extra effect projects the outcome of items you've used an Orb of Chance on above your head. Remember to congratulate other exiles in town if you see them chance a powerful unique item. Shine bold.
So that's the 30 US dollar pack. Interested in that. The weapon effect does look nice. I would have preferred some maybe. I think there's a bit too much of like red stuff in the game. Just my opinion. So maybe a purple would have been nice. Maybe more coloured other than red. But you know, it looks good for what it is. 30 quid or $30. You get the 300 points, which is automatically, if you buy microtransactions, that is £30 worth of points or $30 worth of points. I always say pounds. So everything else you're technically getting for free. So you get the supporter title and badge. You get the points. They're free anyway. So everything else is an added bonus. You know, the game doesn't run off, you know, predatory microtransactions. None of this gives you a power spike whatsoever. It just gives you cool, weird effects. And that's one thing that I've always liked about GGG is that they've always kept it for a cosmetic-only microtransaction. It's a free-to-play company. You don't have to pay to play this game. Of course, there's probably anybody buying this game or playing this game in 2024, I'd definitely recommend some things, which I might do a video on, depending on, you know, whether people want to hear about it. Like, there's definitely some microtransactions that are worth it for how much they are. Stash tabs, etc. But personally, that steal.
Hitting enemies causes extra effect. Projects the outcome of items you've used an Orb of Chance on above your head. Remember to congratulate other exiles in town if you see them chance a powerful unique item.
See, these will be mainly used at towns, but these will be mainly at these will mainly be used at the beginning of the season. Nobody will use it very much afterwards because there isn't much need to do this sort of stuff like 2-3 weeks into the season, even probably after a few days, because you can get stuff off the trade very easily what you're after. So people just buy it from trade. They don't need to craft and stuff like that. So the rich players will just not use this, but crafters might be quite inclined to use this quite often.
Shine boldly with the Solar Knight armor set. The power of the sun radiates from your body.
Right. So, controversial opinion. Love the top. Love the bottom. Helm is dog shit. The helm is horrible. Like, it is too... I don't like that all of these, like, knights and stuff. I know, I get it that it says knight. But I don't like the fact that a load of these microtransactions really cater for, like, the Marauder and possibly Templar. They're the only time... And maybe even Duelist. Like, they're the only times that they suit for these sort of armors. The Witch never gets a decent armor from this, and I don't think they actually show you the Witch version of this in this video. I don't think they do. I've seen these. So I'm not too impressed with how these look. It would be good if you're like a marauder. I'm probably doing a fire build. It would look really cool, but I mean, who really like matches their skills and their armor apart from me? You know, I'm sure some other people do.
Your body, getting more and more intense as you use skills and emitting solar flares as you run. With the supernova level up extra effect, the dead will be raised from the ground around you, before being obliterated and turned to ash by an epic supernova whenever you level up.
Again, that's not actually killing anything. If there's bones on the ground already from your enemies, all it does is just blow up the enemies. So there's nothing that it does. That will kill, like, very older PCs. That will kill it. The PC will die. Let's put it that way. The PC will die. No, the witch is always left out, and she's always all I really play when I did play. That is, yeah, 100%. I think that they have neglected the witch for way too long. But again, there are some armors that do suit the witch, but I don't think the witch is very like prioritized for what they look at in. Like, she looks really stupid with some of the armors that you get, and you can tell there's not really been that much like editing towards the body mesh of the witch. But this is what I'm excited for. Now, I know it's $90. I know this. I'm prefacing it that it's $90. Again, you get all the points, the value of it in points. But my God, please, 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 just hear me out.
This one is my
hear these out, sorry.
personal favorite. The Cosmic Turtle Hideout lets you travel the infinite expanse of the cosmos atop the back of a colossal turtle.
Need I say any more? Need I say any more? You're a fucking... the hideout which you use in Endgame, you're a hideout in fucking space, right? Which I've already got already. I've got a space hideout. But you're on top of a fucking turtle. And the turtle is roaming across space. Like, do I need to say anything more? Do I need to say anything more? Do I need to add to that? They could have just said, you're a turtle flying through space. That's all they needed to say. Amazing idea, whoever came up with this, but definitely something that I do want to get. But yeah. If only for that. If only for that. Now, I will go into the next load of microtransactions in a minute, because there are certain ones that I wish that I could mix and match. But, you know, unfortunately, that's life.
Carry the weight of the sun on your back with the Solar Guardian back attachment. Witness it grow larger and larger as the energy of slain enemies is funneled into it. When it reaches its maximum size, it goes supernova and turns into a black hole, forever drifting throughout Rayclast.
Now that looks fun, but again, I'm not... It's okay,
But
I'm not a massive fan of these like, big things at the back of you. I do like my wings, but I'm not a massive fan of this like big, massive, clunky stuff at the end or at the back of you at all times. I think that it can obscure the view of the actual armor. So, what's the point on wearing armor that you pay, what, at this point $90 for, when you have that massive smouldering bit of sun at the back of you at all times? No point. But again, you don't need to have it on. Now this, on the other hand, this is a different story.
The Eldritch Pack series also has 6 exclusive microtransactions. Are you wondering if we moved the stash in the latest patch? Don't be fooled, because with the Mimic Stash pet, players can transform into an image of a stash when in a town or hideout, and scare unsuspecting exiles. This pet follows behind you with its terrifying hand-walking the rest of...
Now that, when I saw this, I laughed, and obviously I've been playing a load of Dungeons and Dragons, well, Baldur's Gate, but Dungeons and Dragons, obvious clear reference to the Mimic on Dungeons and Dragons, and when I saw this, I was like, sold. Like, I was like, fuck yes, I want this, and I really do want this. It can join along with my goat that's got 2 legs. In this game, I've got a 2-legged goat pet. I also have a bear and a dog and all sorts, but I think this would be the coolest pet to have running around with me. Just because look at it, I mean it's a fucking mimic with legs. Come on now.
Of the time. The Shaper's Slam finisher effect sends slain unique enemies into
A final abyss of unending darkness.
Not a massive fan of that, but it is cool kind of to have that sort of finishing effect. My current finishing effect is like a massive fist coming down and just smashing the ground for unique enemies, which does look cool, but I think sometimes some of these are a bit too over the top, like the animations of apparitions and the backgrounds and stuff. Not the backgrounds, the back parts and stuff. I think they're a bit over the top. I do love these armor sets. Now this armor set, I will not lie to you, again, it's the same, amazing at the top, but better on the top, better on the helmet, but still dog shit if you were as a witch. There are better things that you could probably mix match witch with, but I would definitely have these two. This would be a really nice necromancer armor. I could see it really looking well with like a group of zombies around you. But yeah, this is the armor that I wish that I could have got instead of the $60 armor on the other side. So I would have definitely preferred this. I'd have preferred the $30 and $60 versions of the microtransactions on this side, but I love the 90 transaction on the other side, so I can't mix and match, unfortunately. But if I could, definitely I'd get the 30 and 60 from this side and the 90 from the previous video.
The Eldritch Hunger armor set contains a beast that demands you defeat it by embracing your bloodlust. Watch it grow in power the more you kill until it bursts from the shell of the helmet. Are you able to satiate its hunger?
That looks like a Mind Flayer from Baldur's Gate 3, which just looks absolutely amazing. I love that.
The seed within the Corrupted Growth map device expands its grasp on your hideout, the more maps you complete on your atlas.
That just reminds me of, I can't remember what it's called, but there was, I think it's in Return of the Jedi, or The Jedi Strikes Back. I can't remember which one it is. It's one of my favourite Star Wars films as well, which for me not to remember it is pretty bad. But they go into the desert, Luke, Chewbacca and Han Solo, after being captured or imprisoned again by what's his name, the real fat one, what's his name, Jabba the Hutt's men, and they're going to be executed into this like massive like desert worm thing. What this reminds me of, and I really do like that. And obviously with these portal effects, these are just standard portal effects, but there's so many portal effects that I've got that could be like all bloody and stuff as well. That would look really cool with this.
Equipping the Headhunter character effect causes skulls of slain rare enemies to whirl around you like trophies. They become enraged when you are near a rare enemy you are yet to kill, wishing for them to join your collection. Witness a...
See, I like that, but I'm not 100%, like sold on it. I don't think that that's like, must watch, must have. I'm not a big fan of like loads of things happening on the square. I really am not. Which is quite funny because when I do start streaming this again, you'll see my characters and how much they're blinged out, but I don't like too much going around on the screen.
A reality where the struggle didn't exist, allowing the Eldritch Horrors to settle their own conflicts with the Eldritch Horror Apparition effect. Which of the Eater of Worlds or Searing Exarch do you think will win?
See, again, I'm not a massive fan of this, but if there was going to be an underground... Now, I'm not suggesting that this is an idea. I'm not suggesting it. But back on RuneScape, there used to be a thing that you used to get called... it used to be called flowers. Or dicing. It's a long thing to explain, so if you're into it, YouTube it. But there could be a way in which you could gamble currency with this microtransaction. There's definitely a way that you could do it by betting on the outcome of which one, if it's completely random, if it's not always the red one beating the green one, if the green one can beat the red one, you could do gambling through that so easily. And I'm not 100% sure where GGG's stance is on gambling, but that could definitely happen. I'm not suggesting and I'm not saying to anybody to go do it, but it's definitely possible. But again, I'm not too big on the apparitions. I don't like them that much. I think they're just, sometimes I just think they're just, you know, you only really ever see them when you're AFK really, and it's not really that much, you know, unless you're really interested in them, you know.
With the Eldritch Horror Apparition effect. Which of the Eater of Worlds or Searing X...
But I'm looking forward to this series, for this, not series, this season. We've got a lot, I mean, I'm really looking forward to this next upgrade for when I get round to getting the upgrade, which will probably be at my Easter, maybe Christmas, I don't know, just getting an upgrade for the core supporter pack. But I'm looking forward to what could be done and what builds I might be getting up to this time on Path. But yeah, I thought I'd just go through it and kind of review it all with you guys. I've had to quieten down my volume because I was peaking at certain points and I wasn't 100% sure who was about. I don't like looking as if I'm just speaking in front of nobody. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you from next week for Path of Exile, but probably from later on tonight, maybe tomorrow for streaming. I've got a lot to test with this new microphone. I'm looking forward to all the new season and what can happen with it. I want to get back into the swing of doing stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. And thanks for watching this stream. Even though it's meant to be a video, but I did it as a stream. Just because